Well, I'm standing in the gardens of Schreiners Iris garden with Steve Schreiner. And Steve, it looks like this year certainly things are blooming a little late. We'll call them a late bloomer, much like I call you.
One of the things you call me, yeah.
It's one of the things I call you. But that doesn't mean that things aren't going to just be popping soon, because the sun's coming out. So it really is changing.
Yeah, it's one of the latest bloom seasons, William, that we've encountered in a long time. But they're definitely right on the verge. A few more warm days and they'll really take off. So I think this coming weekend, Memorial Day weekend, is going to be the first of 3 good bloom weekends. So.
Well, and too, Steve, you know, a lot of times when we have these long, cold, wet springs, it really does have an effect on the garden. So let's talk about some of the, maybe the top 3 things that could be happening in our own gardens at home that are happening here.
Definitely, that's a good point. It's often, we do hear certain questions, complaints about things that are connected with this damp weather we have, and one of them is the fact that we have leaf spot, those brown spots and brown leaves on iris, and that comes from a fungus. It's called leaf spot, and to combat that, spray with a fungicide. Start as early as February, and if it's very wet, spray as often as once a week.
Yeah.
It'll clear up, clip off the brown portion of the leaf. It'll clear up. Other ones are slugs. You have to bait for slugs naturally, however you want to do it, organically or whatever. The other often asked question is, why aren't my iris blooming? And besides answering that because you haven't bought them from Schreiner's, the other reason is the fact that the 2 most obvious reasons are they're not getting enough sun. They need a half to 3/4 of a day of sun, or they're planted too deep.
Well, and 2, sometimes like this year, it's not that they're not going to, they're going to bloom. It's just really late.
Yeah, it's just amazingly late. You hate to meet people that have come from a long ways away, planned a trip, and then they're getting here too early. But no, the next 3 weeks are going to be just gorgeous here. So. And
this is the time of year when we really do celebrate iris. So tell us what's going on out here.
That's right. Well, besides, we had a gardener's night out last week. That was really fun, where we gave tours and everything. We're going to continue that next year. And besides our flower show and gift shop, we also have upcoming our big one event of the year, which is our barbecue chicken dinner and jazz band, and that's Memorial Day, 11:30 to 4, and that's very popular, and it's always a lot of fun to see a lot of friends come back for that.
Well, and I will tell you all that last year I was out at the chicken dinner and heard somebody singing. Now, I'm not saying come out to hear that, but yeah. But he does sing.
And she was a wonderful singer. She stood right behind me and made my arms move, and no one saw her. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is always, I mean, the plants alone are enough to bring you out here, but it's always great fun to come out here, walk around, take some pictures, buy some plants, and you will never be disappointed coming out to Schreiner's Iris Garden. Steve, always a pleasure chatting with you, my friend.
Thank you so much, William, and thank you. And I invite all of my friends to come out. We have picnic tables, and make a wonderful 3 hours of it. I'm sure you'll be glad you did. And don't judge it from the highway. It's far more beautiful when you get in here. So thank you very much.